Today I'm going to speak on my breast reduction, what happened in the recovery process before my surgery, how I got there, everything, the whole 9 yards. So if you want to know more, stay tuned. Okay, so just a little backstory. I've always had fairly huge boobs. I would say in high school is when I was like, damn, like, when the fuck are these things gonna stop growing? Like, they're like so big. And I kind of didn't, I'm not gonna, I kind of didn't mind it. I just kind of accepted the fact that like, I'm gonna have big boobs because my mom had big boobs and my grandma don't have any. So I don't know, maybe my mom got it from her daddy's side of the family, but my mom has really big boobs, and I kind of accepted it, and I didn't really have a huge problem with it because they didn't really give me problems. So it wasn't until I would say maybe after I graduated high school and I moved to New York is when I started overeating. I started eating a lot and gaining weight, and I think that led me to, of course, my boobs getting bigger just because, like, you know, you eat, you gain weight, you know, everywhere. So I started gaining weight, and that's when I started noticing, like, these things are big as fuck. They're heavy. My neck hurt, my back hurt. I would have like the dents right here from like my bras. I couldn't wear I couldn't go long without a bra. Like if I wanted to wear something cute like this, but like sorry, I wanted to wear something cute like this, but I didn't want to wear like a bra underneath. I always say I gave myself about 3-4 hours before I would be like in so much pain because my boobs were so heavy. It was like pulling my skin down, and I would like get red marks right here, and like it will hurt so bad. So I would literally have to take my boob and like hold it up like this, like for like time to like try to get it to like stop. So like of course after a while I knew what was going on. So if I knew I wasn't gonna wear a bra, I always had like a bra in my purse, or I had a bra like in my car, so that I could put it on, and you know, just in case life got too hard, because they were really painful after a while. I would say leading up to maybe 6 months before me getting my breast reduction, maybe a little before 6 months, I stopped wearing padded bras completely because I noticed that like I don't really know completely what was going on, but I know that my like the bra, like the wire would be like digging into my rib or whatever the hell is right here. It would be like digging into it, and that would be it's like it would be so painful. So my doctor was like, maybe you should. It was a dumbass. It was a man, like he clearly didn't know no better. It's like, maybe you should just get bigger bras. Nigga, what? Like, and like I'm like, what the fuck? So at that point, I'm like, whatever. So I started wearing sports bras, only sports bras, and people, well, I guess it depends on the type of bra you get, but I feel like for me, I'm small. I've always been, you know, a small person, and so if I was to wear a bra, like a sports bra, you could tell that my boobs were like saggy, and like you can tell that it was like kind of pulling even the sports bra down. So then I got like a tighter sports bra, like one of those Nike bras that actually like compressed, and then it would just look like my chest was like what do you, like, I don't know like how to explain it, but I don't know if you ever seen someone's boobs who were like pushed back like this, and you can tell it's like forced in it, and it looked exactly like this all day. Like it just looked like something is just taking it and like pulling it back, and it just didn't look no cuter. So I was just completely fed up. After a while, I stopped wearing a lot of like, you know, cute clothing, and I just started wearing like hoodies or like bigger shirts. So after a while, I started like, I have a wife and she doesn't dress very like girly. So I would start wearing her shirts because her shirts were bigger or whatever, and I would wear those like all the time. Obviously, living in New York, it was where I lived at, it was really cold for like 6 months. So it kind of, you know, was okay for me to wear long sleeves and hoodies like majority of the time because it never really got super hot up there. So yeah, so that's when I'm like, okay, I need to like do everything in my power to get this breast reduction. So I went to see my doctor. Okay, I told you my doctor, said I didn't get bigger bras, and then I went to see another doctor that was available, and it was so simple. I swear my appointment was like 5 minutes. I got back there, he was like, okay, you know, you're having those issues, are you open to a breast reduction? And I'm like, yes. He's like, okay, I'll write it up. Anything else you need? I'm like, no. He's like, okay, I'll put it in now, and your request should be getting accepted within like a week or something like that. And you can, and then the nurse told me like how to check it and and I'm like, well, that was fairly fucking easy compared to like the other person who's telling me that I need to get a bigger bra. So yeah, once he found it, I kept checking it. I want to say about 2 days later, 3 days later, it got accepted. I was so happy. I was so happy when it got accepted. I actually had, like, I ended up moving from that area, from New York back to Georgia. And so I had to go through this whole thing of getting another acceptance from my doctor in Georgia and all of that. So once I got all done, that was easy. But as soon as I got that done, I made an appointment, got a consultation. I went to, I want to say, it's called the Georgia Institute of Plastic Surgery. It's in Savannah, Georgia. I called, made an appointment with my doctor, Joe. With my surgeon, Joe, and then he's like, of course, they're always trying to make sure that you're okay with, you know, stuff such as not being able to, like potentially not being able to have feeling in your nipples and breastfeeding and stuff like that. Cause that stuff is not guaranteed. So when you get a breast reduction, especially young, because at the time, well, no, I'm still 21. So I'm 21. So it's like you're still young, you know, is that something that's gonna bother you if you can't breastfeed, if you can't have feelings in your nipple? And I'm like, no, like I can care less. Like I want this shit done. So then he has me put this little thing on. So take my like shirt off, bra off, and put the thing over me. So when he comes back in, he what do he do? I think he like just checks my boobs, like look at it, touch it, whatever, and then he like lifts it up, and like I guess to see how heavy it is. My boobs were extremely heavy, and anybody who really got to touch them and like lift them will tell you they were heavy as fuck. So he was like, yeah, these are very heavy, like especially for your size. I'm like 130 pounds now. It was too heavy for my size. I was telling him that I had shoulder aches, like right here, my neck, right here. Oh my God, I would be in so much pain. And then like my back would hurt. Like, so I was telling him about that, and he decided that I would be a good candidate for breast reduction. We went on, made the appointment. I ended up getting the appointment, I would say maybe like a month later, because I went at the beginning of January and I got my breast reduction on Valentine's Day, February 14th. So, in between that time, I got shots. I got like 2-3 shots. They just wanted to make sure that I didn't have like HIV, because that facility doesn't work with people who have HIV and AIDS and stuff like that. 2 other things they wanted to check for. Obviously, they sent it over and I got cleared for that. And I feel like that's all I really had to do. 2 weeks before my surgery, I talked to the doctor and they had me come in to fill out paperwork, obviously saying that like if I die, nobody can sue or some shit like that. It was lots of paperwork for me to sign. So yeah, so I went in, signed all the paperwork. They gave me a prescription for like the medicine that I'm going to need to get the day before my surgery to make sure that I'm okay throughout my surgery. And they gave me like just a whole checklist of things to get. And she's told me what to be prepared for and what to kind of expect the day of, the week, and you know, all that. After that appointment, I went and got my medicine. I don't remember. I know they prescribed me Percocets, but I don't remember if it was anything else they prescribed me, honestly. I think it was something else. I don't really remember. So after that, after I got my medicine, I should say a week before my appointment, they would say, most doctors would say don't drink, don't do anything, you know, stupid, because you're about to have a major surgery. They would say don't drink and stuff like that, but my doctor, my nurse was like, that's fine, just don't drink, like don't get super drunk the day before or some shit like that. So, you know, just simple shit. So it really wasn't a difficult process for me. But so the day before my surgery, they told me to wash with antibacterial soap, so like Dow. And I couldn't eat after midnight, eat or drink. And they told me I couldn't put on like deodorant or lotion. I think that was really everything that I had to do, and just have my medicine ready, like with me. Appointment was February 14th. I had my appointment was at about, I think my appointment was at 7 in the morning. I think I had to be there at 7, but it wasn't gonna start till 8 or something like that. But I lived an hour away from the place where I was getting it done at, so I had to wake up at like 4 or something like that. So I had to wake up really early, be there. When I first got there, they made me take a pregnancy test. So I pee in a cup, they put the pregnancy test in there, you know, checked it. And during the meantime, they were just giving me, just making me like change into the stuff for, you know, when the surgery happened. I want to say she had to take my blood or something. She did, but I don't know what the hell it was for. I don't really remember. So after that, the anesthesiologist came in, and he was like, I'm going to give you something to ease, you know, I guess like kind of like ease your mind, almost like. He gave it to me. I was just like chilling, and the doctor came in and he kind of took like drew where they were gonna place things, and you know, shit that surgeons do. So I was able to stand up for that, so clearly I wasn't too fucked up. And then I just sat there, and then my wife came back, and then she was only back there for like a minute, and then it was time for me to go ahead and go to the room. So I walked to the room, And all I remember is like laying down on the bed thing, and the doctor was like adjusting my arm, and that's all I could remember. You know, he gave me something, so I was kind of like sleeping, whatever the hell you do. So I remember after the surgery, I remember my wife was in the room, I think. And no, before that, this doctor, or not doctor, this nurse, I don't know who, she wasn't the nurse who helped me before. The nurse, she was really, really, really nice. But the one after I had my surgery done, she was a bitch. She was like stuffing granola bars in my mouth, like, you have to eat, you have to eat. So I'm like, mind you, I'm still like half out of it. So I might be chewing and falling back to like sleep at the same time. And she's like, nope, stay up, you have to eat. Like, she had like, I can't think of what type of drink she had in her hand. I want to say it was like ginger ale. And she was like, here, drink this. Like, she was just so rough. Like, I was like, oh my God. Like, even me being out of it, I'm like, what the fuck? So I think I kind of fell out of it. And I remember my wife was in the room, and I seen her, and I'm like, and I'm like crying. I'm like it's like I couldn't talk, so I'm like trying to cry, like, and then like signal to my boobs, because it kind of hurted, of course. And I'm like, and I'm like doing this, like, she's like, what's wrong? I'm like doing this. And my wife just thought it was so funny. So then I don't know if I kind of fell out of it again, but then like I just remember like waking up and like shaking really, really, really bad. I was like literally like this, like, it's like my whole body was like shaking. And I was kind of scared because I felt myself shaking and I couldn't control it. So then my wife's like, you know why she's shaking, what's going on? And she was like, the anesthesia just kind of makes them feel cold. So like, that's normal. So next thing I remember is the doctor's telling me to, or nurse is telling me to like get up and get in the wheelchair so, you know, they can put me outside. So like, of course, I'm heavily fucking out of it. And so when I try to stand up, of course, I like kind of fall back down. I didn't fall by like, it's like getting up and then going. Like, I just kind of got up and then sat back down. And she was like, come on, get up. You didn't have surgery on your knees. Like, who is this bitch? Now that I think about it. Because, bitch, what the fuck? She was so rude. And then my wife had got up to, like, help her with me to get me in the chair. I don't remember how the fuck I got in the car. My wife said, I asked my wife this, and she said that I walked in the car. That I, like, got out the chair and, like, walked and got in the car, and they just put the seatbelt on me. I don't remember doing none of that. Like I told you, I stay an hour away. So I remember getting home and just like walking in my room, and I think I just laid down and went to sleep. And so after that whole process, I had to take my medicine, I think every 3 or 4 hours. My medicine put me straight to sleep, so every time I would take it, I would fall asleep. I would take it, give myself a second, and fall asleep. So my wife ended up like making sure that, of course, that I ate, and you have to get up and walk around every couple of hours to make sure that you don't form, like, I think it's blood clots. I think to make sure you don't form blood clots. I would have to walk. So then my wife would like feed me, and then she made me take like 2 laps around our living room. So then I would say I was kind of like between like sleeping all day. I would say that lasted for about maybe 4 days, maybe. Or maybe less, maybe 3-4 days. I was kind of like just sleeping a lot and just like, cause I think my boobs were in like a little pain. So every time like my pain would start, I make sure that I take my medicine. 2 days after my appointment, after my surgery, I should say, my doctor wanted me to come in. So I guess he could make sure everything's, you know, doing good, healing good, got, you know, a lot of things. So I got to take a shower. My surgery was on a Friday. I got to take a shower that Sunday before my appointment. So I took a shower that Sunday, and I love showering, but it was so weird. I also had big gauze on my over my nipples, and I had tape and everything, so I couldn't really even see it, but I think I was kind of scared to get the stuff wet, and you know how it would be afterwards and stuff like that. I don't think I took the gauze off myself. I think I actually left the gauze on. So the next day when I went to my appointment, my doctor a surgeon took the gauze off, and the only thing I could really, could I see my nipples? Yeah, the only thing I could really see was my nipples. So it was like tape around the areola, down here, like going down, and then right there, cause I got cut right here and then right there. So yeah, so it was really just my nipple out. So after he took that out, he took that off. He felt my nipple, asked me did I feel it. I did. I actually feel everything in my nipples. So I know a lot of people don't, but like, thank God I do. I think I was still, you know, of course, like going back to sleep and just like trying to stay asleep because I was scared of like the pain. So I would say about 4 days after my surgery, so maybe that Tuesday, I kind of slowed down on the pills. I didn't take them as much because I wanted to be up. I was tired of sleeping all the time. I was tired of laying down all the time. But it honestly was what was super uncomfortable was laying on my back because I sleep on my stomach. So laying on my back was super uncomfortable, like having to sleep like this. It's so uncomfortable, like it's terrible. That was the worst part of the whole entire experience, was sleeping on my back. Everything else I would say honestly was a breeze. I would say about a week I was fine. I was walking around fine. Everything was good. I didn't have any trouble. Only thing I really kind of had trouble with was like, of course, riding in the car, going over like the train, little bump things, and because it was just a little painful. I also had a little bit of problem with like one of my boobs kind of felt like way like heavier, like I could feel it like I don't know why I feel like I was being pulled forward, but one of the boobs were like kind of like just it felt heavier. Man, it was only a week, so I'm pretty sure that's normal. Whenever that would happen, I would just like lay down and just relax and I'll be fine. So I would say about 2 weeks after post-surgery, I would say everything was about back to normal. Maybe about a week and a couple days, everything was like, mostly everything was back to normal, but like I was able to like stay up longer without like feeling pulled forward. I actually started back lashing maybe like 2 weeks afterwards. Like, and then my wife left for deployment, but she left just on time because I was able to drive at the 2 week mark. That's like when I really like felt better about driving and stuff like that. The speed bumps, nothing that really affected me anymore. I would say a few days after my wife left for deployment. So she left on that Friday, 2 weeks after, I think. So she left that Friday, and my appointment was that Monday. At that appointment, they took the tape off that was around here and right there. They took that off, and it was so uncomfortable for me. Like, I was so good with the tape on, I hated it. Like, when they took it off, I was like, and you could still see like openings. I was still bleeding a little bit. Like, she took the tape off. I guess the tape was so strong, it was on there for 2 weeks, and I was showering, I was doing everything, that tape was not coming off. So like, you know, I started bleeding a little bit. Like, I remember I had like little opens and stuff right here. It wasn't big, but it was like, you know, just a little bit of opens, a little bit of blood. So it kind of felt uncomfortable when she did take the tape off. And so she told me what type of cream to get and what type of vitamins I could take to help it like heal. And I started to get anxiety because I just, of course, I was looking at other people's scars, and some people's scars look fine, but some people had like, I read that most African Americans form keloids, those keloid looking scars, and I was so scared of that. And I feel like that's kind of what mine looked like at first. It looked kind of bad, but I might have been just being dramatic. Once I got home, I put the cream on. I couldn't touch it. I don't know why the scars just kind of made me like, ugh. So I got a Q-tip and I put the cream on around my nipples and stuff like, and you know, everywhere else. A week, I kind of got used to it, so I was able to touch it and massage it in. I was also told to get like cocoa butter to like massage it and massage it into my scars to make sure that they like form like normal scars and maybe be like very faint scars instead of the keloids like I was afraid of. So I kind of got over that fear, and I just did it. Today is April 9th. So I had my surgery 2 months ago. It takes, I think, up to a year for things to fully heal. I would say after 2 weeks of my post-op, I started wearing regular bras. I like, of course, not ones with wire. I would just wear, I wear like training bras and the surgical bra that they gave me. I will also post a picture of that too. So I don't really have any problems with it, with my boobs at all. Like, I don't have the I don't have neck pain and back pain anymore. So I would seriously tell anybody who's thinking about it, who has back problems, who has, you know, that's the problem with their boobs, do it. I am so unsure about what the cost of my surgery was, just because my insurance paid for it. I have no clue at all how much it came up to, but I would definitely recommend. Minus that one doctor was honestly super nice. She was the only person that was kind of like bitchy towards me, but I don't even know who the hell she is. Like, the teams aren't mostly like very nice. They're very nice. They're very helpful. They don't mind answering questions. They don't mind helping out. I would 100% recommend the doctor that I went to. Right now I don't have a bra on and I feel completely fine. I'm like, everything is good. Everything is healing good. I know I was creeped out about like the scarring, but it's healing so good. I'm so thankful. I'm so grateful. Everything is healing great. So let me see. I had quite a bit of questions about I know one person told me that their mom got their boobs done and don't have feeling in their nipple, so that's why she was kind of on edge about it. But I feel like once I watched a YouTuber who said that she got her boobs done and she went in with no expectations, like just hoping that her boobs would be smaller, she'll feel better. And I feel like after I heard her say that, I felt the same way. I'm like, I don't care about feelings in my nipples. If I don't have feelings in my nipples afterwards, at least my boobs will be small, they'll be cute, and I can just get them pierced. I'm not gonna feel them anyways. So I was just, if that worries you, then I would say maybe don't get it if you're gonna be upset about something like that. But I didn't really care. Of course I wanted to feel in my nipples, but if I didn't, then it is what it is. If having babies and breastfeeding them is something that you're super passionate about, I met somebody who's super passionate about breastfeeding. So if that's you, then maybe you shouldn't do it, because the chances are it's 50-50, but still you would never know until you get there. So if that's something you're passionate about, then I wouldn't recommend doing it. Anything else, it was a super easy process, and I am able to sleep on my stomach now. I think I started sleeping on my stomach a month after my surgery. So I'll say about a month after my surgery, I started sleeping on my stomach. So I'm good now. My neck doesn't hurt, my shoulder doesn't hurt. I feel great, honestly. Prior to my appointment, I think I was a 34 triple D. I don't know what I am now. I just wear like sports bras, so it's mostly like small, medium. So of course I'm a small still. So that's really like, I don't really know. I still don't know my sizing yet, just because I'm still swollen. Like, I feel better, it looks better, and they like sit up, so I'm fine. If I get any more questions, I'll make like another video, or I'll like kind of, if I think of anything, I'll just put a slide, answer questions that I have. Any questions, please comment below, and I'll kind of like try to answer them. Mostly, to end it off, I would 100,000% tell anybody who can do it, who's able to do it, do it. Do it. Absolutely do it, because it honestly makes your life just that much less stressful.